Hi everyone, what's up? It's me again, JunkMaster3, and today I am going to talk about all the horror movies that I watched during the month of October. Since it was Halloween, I was watching a lot of horror movies during this month, about 38 titles to be exact. So I'm just going to count them up and show them to you and just talk a little bit about them, what I thought about them. I'm not going to be deep in reviews about every title because it's 38 titles and that would just be too much. So I'm just going to show them up and then show a picture of what I thought about them in a scale 1 to 10, if you say so. So yeah, let's begin. First off is a movie that I actually don't have on DVD yet, but I really want to get it because I really liked it, and it's a trauma movie. And the movie is Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. I love that movie, I used to have to buy that movie. And the second movie is not a movie that I got either, but it's probably the most disturbing movie that I've ever seen. And it's by the same guy who made Melancholy der Engel, and the movie is called Debris Documentar. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, check it out if you dare. And then we got a movie called, I'm not really sure what to call this because this has a lot of different titles, but it's directed by Ruggiero Deodato, and the movie is The Lost Cannibal World. I'm not very sure if you can see it right there, it's very bad seeing here. Yeah, anyway. And the next movie I watched was another one in this box set actually, Amazonia, the Catherine Miles story. I would like to show you some of the pictures on the back right here, but there's some nudity in there, so I don't want to get flagged, so yeah. And the next movie I watched was also another one in this, okay, it's all of the movies in this box set, and it's called Deep River Savages by Umberto Lenzi. So yeah. And then we got The Stepfather. This was really good in my opinion. Yeah, Stepfather. And then I watched, believe it or not, Prom Night 2, Prom Night 3 and Prom Night 4, which were all pretty good. The fourth one was pretty crappy, but the second one and the third one was really good, so yeah. And of course I have seen the first one before, but yeah, not during that month. Next one is The Haunting in Connecticut, which I was a little bit disappointed on, if you say so, but it was still good. Oh, and the next movie, holy shit. I loved this movie. The movie is The Monster Squad. Say no more. But the next movie was a crappy movie in my opinion, and the movie is The Visitors. Not really sure if you can see it, but yeah, boring as hell in my opinion, but yeah. And then we got a movie which I had never seen before, but I watched it during October month, and now you've already seen what it is. Christine. Really good movie. And then we got a slasher, some sort of slasher you can say. It starts like a documentary but ends like a slasher, and it is Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. Pretty good as well. And then we have another trauma movie, probably the most, I'm not really sure if you can say it's famous or the most, I don't really know what to say, so I'm just going to show you the movie. The Toxic Avenger, yeah. It was pretty funny, much better than Terror Firma, which I thought was absolutely terrible, so yeah. And then we got American Psycho. It's very nice to rewatch this. I haven't watched this movie in a long time, so yeah, it was really good. And then we got some Troll, the first one from '86. It was boring as hell. But Troll 2, it was so goddamn funny. I just had to give it a 5 out of 10 on the movie database, seriously. And then we got a movie, a remake actually, one of the best ones I've heard. I've heard this is supposed to be one of the best movies. Don't tell me what I'm talking about right now. I'm just talking bullshit. I'm just going to show you the movie, The Blob, from 1988. This movie kicks ass. Yeah, really good. And then we have a movie, a vampire movie, which I hadn't seen in a long time before I watched it this month. The movie is Vampires of the Desert, also known as The Forsaken. I think this is very underrated, deserves more credit and so on. Yeah, really good. And then I watched, this is just a must watch during the month of October. The movie is Saw, the first one. Need I say more? Need I say more? Do I need to say more? I'm not talking straight today. And then I also watched the last one. Don't ask me why that was the last movie I had to watch. Oh my god, that movie almost fell down. Sorry if I talk absolutely bad English in this movie. Just tell me to shut up and no comment. The next one was a movie which I don't have on DVD yet either, but I really want to buy that movie, and the movie is The Wicker Man. I saw it for the first time this month and I thought it was very good, very weird but still really good. And Christopher Lee is also in it, so what can go wrong? Yeah, The Wicker Man. And then I watched Pumpkinhead 2. And then you might ask, why don't you watch the first one? It's because I watched the first one so many times and I just wanted to watch the other ones, because often when you're watching horror movies you're like watching the first one and then you sort of forget about the rest, even though you probably like some of the sequels. So yeah, Pumpkinhead 2. Yeah, I think it's underrated. And what the hell, now I forgot to put that movie out, but I'm just going to say it anyway. Grotesque from 2009, of course, and I started to like that movie more and more. Call me sick in the head, but yeah, it's really good. And then I watched the classic Norwegian Nazi zombie splatter movie Dead Snow, and this cover looks awesome. Yeah. And then we got sort of a movie I wanted, not that I wanted to see, but a movie that I've seen more and more during when I first bought it, and I've rewatched it very many times, and the movie is Laid to Rest. Yeah, great gore effects and great blood and stuff like that in this one, so yeah, check it out. Can't speak today. And the next one is the first Wrong Turn movie, and this one was great as well. I think I need to speed up a little bit so this video won't get that long. And then I watched Freddy's Dead, the Final Nightmare. Haven't seen that movie in years, so that's another reason why I watched it, and I thought it was pretty good. It was a little bit confusing, but I still like it. Don't really understand why so many people hate on it. I mean, it's not a very good movie, but it's not that bad either. And then I watched a slasher from the 80s, Sorority House Massacre. Probably have to edit this video a little bit better later, so you won't bother with my bad English and so on. And the next one is a movie I just want to see every goddamn Halloween, and the movie is Night of the Demons. If you haven't seen this one, this is highly recommended. The second one is really great as well, but the third one was a little bit of a downer, if you say so, but yeah, the first one is, yeah, pretty good. And then watched, for the first time I watched this movie, and the movie is Meat Grinder. This was very hard to follow. There was a lot of characters which I were like mixing between, that I didn't really understand who was who and who did that and who la 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 la, and you understand what I mean. So when I watched this with one of my friends, not one of my friends, some of my friends, one of them actually said they need to put their names in their forehead so you can understand who's who, because that was just confusing. But the movie itself was pretty good. And then I watched, this is another sequel which I haven't seen in a long time, and the movie is the last movie in the Wishmaster series, Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled. I think this is a little bit underrated. I think this is much better than the absolutely crappy third movie, so yeah, Wishmaster 4. And then a movie I need to get another release of this. I want to get the Swedish release of this movie, because I like this movie so much, and the movie is Brain Scan. Edward Furlong, yeah. And then we got another sequel, and the movie is The Stepfather 2. Not as good as the original, but still a very good sequel, and it's directed by Jeff Burr, so yeah, what can go wrong? And then I watched the best Stephen King adaptation of horror movies, if you say so, in my opinion, and the movie is Pet Sematary. Yeah, really good. And then I watched Penance. I was a little bit disappointed on this movie, but nothing else to say. And the last movie I watched during October for the first time was a movie called Rawhead Rex, which I've wanted to see for such a long time. And it was pretty good. Yeah, cheesy fun. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and didn't get bored, and hopefully I'll see you again as soon as possible. So see you next time. Bye bye.